Welcome to the KYP podcast. My name is Dany. I'm with my co-host.
What up, everybody? It's James.
What up, everybody? It's James. It's Kevin here. What's up?
Fuck you, bro.
It's Kevin.
I think it's been 2 months now since we last seen each other.
Yeah, I think back in October or end of September was
Been
last
too long.
time.
It was Halloween.
Halloween?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before.
Can I just say something? I'm feeling loose today. I think it's the new couch setup.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
feeling really
I'm
loose.
feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
For sure.
Look at this, man. We have cup holders.
Yo,
We have
that
cup
surprised
holders.
me. You didn't tell me there was cup holders on this.
I didn't even know at first. I looked at it and I
Real?
was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I found out that it had cup holders. The only problem is that if you're just chilling out a bit too much and you hit that little rectangle in the back,
Yeah.
that thing can fly up and like spill your drinks.
Oh my god.
So that's a warning, right?
Yeah,
that's a good warning.
just make sure that
Disclaimer.
you don't.
You're talking about here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're far away.
Yeah, stay a healthy distance or else this is going to turn into casting couch real quick, bro.
COVID distancing.
God
Yeah,
damn.
man. Stay away.
But I
Yeah, I haven't seen you guys in 2 months. You know, I pretty much travel from Toronto to Montreal every 2 months. How have you guys been?
Been doing well. I've been focusing a lot on work. Girl situations.
Yeah, I think you're focusing on a lot more than work, man.
on
How you feeling, baby? How you feeling?
feeling awesome. I'm on.
You
fucking,
look better. You
I'm
look
on
better. You
fucking
look good,
cloud
man.
9 now.
Yo,
You're glowing. Like you have that, like, you know, that glow. You just got into a relationship, that pregnancy glow type of feel.
pregnancy glow. Hasn't stopped smiling since we walked in
No,
the room.
basically. You've been in a good mood. You know when Danny's in a good mood too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
I've been good. I mean, I'm just happy we're here. I mean, I see Danny, but I never see you. So it's good to be back. All three of us, the
Yeah.
trio.
You know, like, it feels like, we know it's 2 months, but every time we're together, it feels like no
Yes,
time
dude.
has passed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've been good too.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Just leveling up, man. Leveling up in
Grinding?
work, leveling up in, you know, self-care, getting a routine set up. You know, when I started going to the gym, it really helped kind of ground everything in
Ground yourself.
my life. And, you know, I'm very early into it, so you can't see any results. So,
I was like,
yeah,
don't skip leg day.
everybody's going to be like, cap. But no, I've been doing it. I can feel myself getting stronger. I have a lot more. I do 30-minute jog after every workout 4 times a week.
Amazing. That's how you lose weight too.
Yeah.
Good
I could
ass.
never do that. You see my cardio before, right?
Oh my god, trash.
Yeah. So that's been really great for me. And, you know, in terms of my job, I'm almost 1 year into my first sales job.
Congrats, man.
I feel myself leveling up, man. But what I realized is through this leveling up process, every time you level up, there's more fucking problems. It doesn't get easier.
More
you know what I
work,
mean?
baby.
Yeah.
More responsibilities.
So it's kind of like forcing me to mature and grow up, because if I don't take care of my personal life, if, you know, my daily routine is all over the place, I can't keep up with this level of growth.
Mm.
So I think that's been an eye opener for me, because before it'd be so hard for me to get into those habits of keeping clean, keeping, you know, my apartment organized and
Trap
stuff.
house. I heard it was a trap house.
Trap house. It's getting better. Yeah.
Smoke in the apartment.
I still smoke in the apartment.
Like cigs?
But I clean it up after.
But like cigs though? Oh, you
No,
mean-
no cigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, no cigs. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. How, like, you know, I feel like I've always seen you guys as a little more advanced in that sense of maturity, like in terms of self-care, keeping your homes clean and organized and stuff. I think it's come late for me in my life. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I think it's because you started living alone pretty recently. Well, like last year, right? When you moved to Toronto. So I think once you start living alone, it sort of develops. You have to do your laundry, you have to cook, you have to do your dishes, you have to clean the house. So it's natural for you to be in that stage. Danny and I, we got like 2+ years ago. So
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know, you get a habit of it, and you know it's fucking tiring, man. Sometimes miss going back home. My mom's there, you know, she'll be doing the cooking, sometimes do the laundry. I always did the dishes, but it feels good to be your own person and to take care of your own things. You know, how do you feel, Danny?
I think the most important thing in general is just avoiding to be complacent with yourself. You know, if you want to be the best person as that you are, basically, well, if you want to become the best person, you basically have to always take care of, you know, your finances. You have to take care of your health. You have to take care of your appearance. First look do matter a lot. First impression
sure,
do
yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And if you show up in public and you look like a bum, your hair's messed up,
No.
no one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And I think James and I, we've been in the Instagram game for way too long now. And we understand how important it is to put an image, how to look. I know it sounds bad, but it's to put the best version of yourself forward.
Yeah. I think it's important to also, you know, realize that, yeah, we're saying appearance matters for the first impression, right? We have to make the distinction that appearance aren't the most important thing. I think we can all recognize that, right? But if you don't make the right first impression, the person's not even going to be interested in getting to know the rest. You know what I mean? It's like you have to have some level of, yeah, this guy's a cool guy. He doesn't look like a murderer or a bum. You know what I mean? He's worth someone's time, right?
No. To look good is the number one priority.
You think so?
That
I disagree on that.
What?
I
That
disagree on
guy gets the foot, the door.
Yeah, I
You
understand
look
that.
good, you smell good, you feel good at that point.
Yeah.
And people will naturally just approach you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think what I was thinking of in my head when in regards to that was more like appearances can be deceiving sometimes.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying it's not deceiving.
Yeah, you know how one thing is looking good is one thing, but looking like you're a certain type of person is what I don't think you should make assumptions about a person's
for
character
sure.
based on
For sure.
what they look, right?
Just the other day, I was talking
Yeah.
with Danny, and his girl was like, "Yo, James looks like a fuck boy."
Yeah, this is what I'm. Yeah,
I get that all the time, bro. Like even Mina, like my girlfriend, she's like, "Yeah, when I first met you, I thought you were such a fuck boy." So that's the vibe I give out. But when you start talking to me or meet me, as a person, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But it's because I dress the way I dress. I do my hair. I get my haircuts every month. That helps create an image, and that creates the image. But I only do that just to feel good about myself.
Yeah.
It's more for me. It's self-care, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, part of it is to show others that I look good and everything, but 90% of it is I feel good. I take a shower every day. I do my skincare, do my hair, I wear nice clothes. That's just for me.
Yeah, it's like it's the self-care part that matters. It's like, you can choose whatever style. You can be more preppy, you can be more street.
Well, that's up to you. Yeah, that's up to the person.
But it's about putting in that effort to look good and presentable in whatever way you think is presentable. I think that can be, what we recommend universally. Like everybody should put effort into that. In terms of the style you choose, I think you should be a little free about that. And I think people should be more open about, just because he looks like a F-boy, he's not necessarily a F-boy. Just because he looks like a nerd doesn't necessarily mean he's a nerd, that type of stuff,
I think it's just so important that people start realizing that, putting the effort into your look does not make you shallow or materialistic
Oh, for sure.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Sure, some people end up doing it because, they want to rock the best streetwear. They want to rock brand names. They want to
They don't know
flex on
themselves,
people.
though.
But that's a sign of insecurity.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we end up dressing up. We end up taking care of ourselves as a form of self-love. Why do people go to the gym? Some people go to the gym because they feel insecure about their body. They want to work out. But some people, and I don't judge anyone, they go to the gym, they look at themselves in the mirror and they flex and they love how they look because they've gone from 3 years ago scrawny guy with no muscle to built motherfucker with
For real. Respect.
full build.
Yeah.
And
It took hard work.
it's a lot of hard
Discipline.
work, and
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize it. It doesn't mean that you're shallow. It just means that you want to take care of yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. I agree.
Especially with the gym example specifically, I've definitely, it's made me more open-minded about that, because before, when I wasn't trying to do the gym regularly, I would just think muscle guys, like, they just look that way, they look, whatever. But now I'm in the gym, I understand. I've been working hard for 2 months. There's no change to my physical body, so I understand now, to get to look
hard
like
work.
that, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So there's so much more respect, I think, for myself, and I think that applies to everything. Like, you judge things because you don't understand them.
So, and to go back to Danny's point as well, it could be your personality in your beginning. So if say, example for myself, when I started buying designer clothes or streetwear, that was my whole persona. Wearing streetwear, putting on Instagram, taking pictures of it, showing the brands. But as you grow and get seasoned into that passion, or that, whatever you're following, it really does help build your personality. And then it doesn't become your entire personality. It just becomes part of you.
Yeah.
Same thing with the gym. Like, I could be a gym bro working out 5 days a week in the beginning, but after that, it's just part of my routine, right? So right now, gym could be everything for you. You're taking care of what you eat. You're working out 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and that's all you're talking about. You're hanging out with your gym bros. But at some point, it just becomes part of you.
Yeah.
And so it's not because you're shallow, especially if you're focusing on just that one thing. It just means that you're really focusing on it, and that's your passion at the moment.
Yeah.
But it really does develop your personality,
I feel it does also change. It does also change the perception that people have towards you. I've always been I've loved suits until when I started in 2014 because of Kingsman. And when I looked at the guy in like that double-breasted suit, fuck, I want to look like that guy. I want to look good. Ever since that day, started wearing dress shirts, wore dress pants, transitioned to ties, eventually led to suits, eventually led to three-piece suits, eventually led to double-breasted suits. It's a process. But the amount of look people give you when you're properly dressed, and by properly dressed, I don't even mean wearing a suit jacket or whatever, but wearing something nice. It could be some nice black pants, white sneakers, black t-shirt with an overcoat. Your typical K-drama look, your Korean boy stuff. But being presentable towards people, just your fashion sense is so important to people.
Yeah.
I know James nails that down so good.
I think, it changes how people perceive you, of course, but it also changes how you feel yourself, like your mentality.
Yeah,
you
that's what
feel
we're
more
talking about.
confident.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like sometimes when I didn't do my hair in the morning and I go out,
feel like shit.
it's a different vibe. I
Yeah.
give off a different vibe,
Yeah.
and people perceive me in a different way. When I got a fresh fade, I'm acting different. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I think that says a lot, because I think, at least for me growing up, I thought, especially, maybe we're conditioned in this way a little bit, but when you see guys who are overly focused on their looks, there's a little bit of a stigma there, right?
But there's a fine line, though. So there's a fine line between arrogance and then just trying to look good.
Yeah, just
If you're using those good looks or the nice clothes as part of your leverage,
like to substitute part of your character,
yeah,
or
then that becomes
personality.
arrogance.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing it for yourself and maybe to look good in front of others, that's okay. It just depends on how you approach it. Right?
I think it's not only okay, I think it's important.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just how the world works. It might not be the nicest thing or the most inclusive thing to hear, but if you see someone who's putting zero effort into their looks, and they're not well groomed, they don't look hygienic or put together, you just automatically have a perception of them. You
Mhm.
can't help it. That's how
Mhm.
people are programmed. it would be different if you knew the person and he dressed like that. But I know he has a steady job. I know he's, you know, he has a lot going on for him. Then your perception is not affected by the looks. But your looks is for people who haven't met you yet, right?
Yeah, so the reason for myself, the reason why I try to dress the best as possible every day is to command respect. So when I walk into a room, when I walk into a cafe, a restaurant, people on the first impression, it's like they already respect me.
Yeah.
You know, you go, it's like in a job interview. If you're wearing sweatpants to a job interview, they're not gonna respect you.
Yeah.
They're not gonna listen to what you're gonna say, right? So it goes same thing for in public. If you dress good, people will appreciate it. They're like, oh wow, nice blazer, nice fit, nice shoes. It's respect, you know. And this person is trying. This person is probably somebody, even though you're nobody. But dressing good, it affects how you perceive about yourself, and then how others perceive you.
And I think also when it comes to dressing up nicely, a lot of people, you know, they look at James. James love Woo-young-mi. James love these Korean brands, these high-end brands that are, you were blessed at working at Totsi, so you had access to a lot. You were fortunate to have access to these brands at a discount.
Yeah.
I worked in custom suits.
Yeah.
And so I have access to these custom suits.
Exactly.
A lot of men out there, and I would say, let's say for you, Kevin, you don't really have access to these stuff at a discount or whatever. And so a lot of guys tend to say, if I have to spend a lot of money to look good, and that's all completely false, because, you know, this is H&M, this is Uniqlo. Granted, these are custom trousers, but guys don't realize that you can look good with basic clothing as long as you know a good tailor.
You make it look expensive.
You make it look expensive. Mm-hmm. You're confident in it. Nothing sucks more than a guy who's wearing a $3,000 Hugo Boss suit, walks around, looks at every mirror and tries to fix up his tie. And then he's like wiggling around and he's not sure if he looks good. And then you turn around, you see this guy in this oversized Zara suit walking around with $200 on his shoulders, and he looks like he's on cloud nine. That gives the perception it's not the clothing that makes the man, it's the man that makes the clothing. Yeah. And I think that's so important to realize, to understand.
Yeah.
Quote that.
I think it's also, you know, to be able to look good, you know, on a budget or with good value in mind, it takes a lot of effort, right? You have to look a little harder. You have to spend some more time in different shops and take your time with it. And I think that could be where the biggest barrier for most men comes from. I can speak for myself, you know, before hanging out with you guys, I was kind of just like very low effort. You know, I have like 3 of the same shirts, 3 of the same pants, and, you know, we call it a day because I hate that shopping process. I have a lot of ideas how I would want to dress if like those outfits can just appear in front of me and I purchase them. Like I would look completely different. I'd have a very diverse style, but it's just that I don't have the patience or it's not a priority for me to go out and do that for 2 hours in a store. But I think, you know, that's definitely something that could add value to me and other people to
for
do
sure.
that.
And then it's also, and some people would say, oh, it's because you're spending so, like to Danny's point as well, oh, you're spending so much money on these suits or these clothes that's why you look good, right? It's not about the money, right? Because you could go thrifting. I go thrifting all the time, finding nice pieces for $50, $30, $10 sometimes. And it's about that patience. If you want to look good, you have to make an effort through the whole process, finding that piece that you love, that piece that looks good on you.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna be with that mentality, then might as well. You need to have a lot of money. Actually. Like you need to, okay, I'll hire a stylist and they'll pick clothes for me and then I'll choose, you know, in an appointment. That's only possible if you have money. But if you don't have the budget to get nice pieces and you're on a budget, you actually have to find it.
And I think one of the important things that people fail to realize is, as much as I don't like fast fashion is there for a reason. It makes pieces affordable for people.
Accessible.
The only problem is people tend to rely on fast fashion to decide their own style, right? And so a lot of people look at trends every year. You look at 3 years ago, guys wanted small lapel on their suits. You look at fast forward a few years, guys love the color burgundy. Guys is loving green now. Now we're shifting to brown. And so people tend to shift their style based on what fashion is.
Yeah, every season.
But they don't end up looking at how they are and determining what we call permanent fashion, which is kind of an oxymoron if you think about it. But that's what, James, I've met you for a while now.
Yeah.
You used to wear AF1s,
Yeah.
but you still had the AF1s, you had the Jordans on, but then up top you had the overcoats, you had a dress shirt,
Always.
you had loose pants, and you're still the same. You're still wearing the same stuff from 5 years ago to now. I've
You
always
found
worn
the
suit.
essence.
Exactly. You have to find your own style, and these days it makes it so much easier because fashion is so accessible. You go to Zara, you go to H&M, you find some pieces and you mix it in with your wardrobe.
Yeah, all
You
the
might
time.
have a key piece, and then you have little turtlenecks that you go at Uniqlo and you buy. And that's what's the beauty of it. It's not like the 1920s where you have to wait for a tailor to fucking do your own clothing.
Imagine.
And turtlenecks didn't exist.
Dang.
So
time.
what would your guys, like, your pitch to someone who doesn't feel like that's an important,
Who, you?
people like me, yeah.
I feel like
People
you
like
appreciate
me.
it more though.
I'm getting there, you know.
Yeah.
You've seen the transformation. I think I care a little bit more about this type of stuff. But I definitely used to have that mindset we were talking about, where it's
For sure.
like, you know,
Everyone
that's a
did.
very secondary priority for me, how I look. As long as I look clean, that's all I kind of cared about. And
But that's an aesthetic as well.
yeah.
If you have the jeans on, the bomber, white t-shirt, some sneakers or leather boots,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine.
But I do find like it adds extra little flavor in life to be a little more expressive in the way you dress.
It's always nice to be
Over-
edgy.
You know, yeah. I'm very aware of my style. It's very douchey, and you know, but I personally like that. But it's not it doesn't define who I am. Like, you know, people always say like, oh, you're very much not what I expected on the first impression.
You're a fuckboy, bro?
Cause I look like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like a goofy, soft dude. Like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, what's up? You know,
Yeah.
ladies' night. I like to go for girls' night out and stuff, and talk about
Yeah.
feelings and relationships and stuff.
For sure.
But I look like, if I saw myself on the street, I'd be like, yes, stay away.
It's the
from
hair,
me.
I swear.
It's the hair.
It's the shaved sides and then the comb
fades,
over.
huh?
It's the fades.
Yeah,
Hair does matter,
but
right, Danny?
But that is the style where I feel the most comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've tried different styles. Oh, for my music video shoot, I don't know if you guys saw that,
Yeah,
but
I saw.
they had me dressed real different, and I didn't feel.
Yeah, you're a
I'm like-
wholesome boy, bro.
I'm like, yeah. But the style I chose makes me feel a certain way. Like, it makes me feel confident. It makes me feel comfortable. It
And
makes
that's
me feel like
perfectly fine.
myself. And so I wanted to ask you, both of you, what do you think is more important in contributing to why it's important to dress good? Do you think it's more how other people perceive you? They give you respect when you walk into a room, or do you think it's more of this personal aspect, how it makes you feel? So do you think the external
both.
effect,
It's
or
both.
yeah?
So,
What about for yourself? What do you think one edges the other in terms of?
like I said in the beginning, dressing good, it puts the door, it puts your foot on the door. So, so mostly, you know, if you go to work or if you're going on a job interview or if you're, you know, walking out, it does help people to approach you.
Mhm.
So, there was one time at RXR after a shoot, I was walking with 2 fucking suitcases of clothes after a client meeting. and I walk because I used to live on Stanley in Montreal, and there's a fashion shop called Men's on my way to go to my apartment. And so the owner is smoking outside. I'm walking. It's like dead cold outside. Like, it's like snowy. Walking with the suitcases, and he just approaches me. I like your style. What do you do? Literally, he said, "What do you do?" And that's how I got the client. Because I just dress a certain way, and I had 2 suitcases. You know what I mean?
That's not the only time it happens, and we've been there when that happened on the street. Remember during the summertime, during the street festival?
Yeah, like the
guy stopped you. Like they were doing TikToks of cool outfits on the street.
Yeah. I like your shoes. Can I shoot it? So even for Dany, I know for a fact, like, yo, where did you get that suit? Where did you get that jacket? It's just, I chose to dress this way not for others, just for myself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it attracts people. That's what's important.
It feeds it. It's like a cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll give you opportunity.
I think at the end of the day, what sums it up is one of my quotes inside of my suit, because I put a quote in a lot of my suit, and I put them all in Latin. Is this quote saying "Ductis exemplo," lead by example. A lot of guys don't know how to dress. A lot of guys are looking for icons to dress, to follow, in order to find their style.
Yep.
And as someone who knows fashion, who understands their own style, it's not our responsibility, but I feel like it's kind of a small responsibility where you dress nicely to show guys, listen, there is a way to look good outside without wearing this, without wearing that, by rocking this, by rocking that. I got a full purple suit out that I walk outside, and people, God damn, I've never thought purple would look good.
Joker.
Yeah, it's my Joker look. Wait till I wear the gray waistcoat the green waistcoat underneath.
Yeah,
it makes it look like the real Joker. And at the end of the day, you have to remember that you are dressing for yourself.
Yeah.
But it is I'd say, basically just putting a leverage or something like that.
Yeah.
Where everyone is the same. So you want to distinguish yourself by putting yourself out more, by dressing well, by making sure that you are well groomed, that you are presentable to people. And it's just that leg up that makes you so much more different. People realize who you are, and it basically builds your character into a person. Like, I walk down the street, people, I know this is Dany, because who else would wear a gray double-breasted?
He definitely stands out on the street.
100%.
But that's another point, right? Like, you guys are very comfortable and confident with your style and the way you appear, and I'm starting to get there. Before, I would feel judged dressing overly, in my style.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting more comfortable. That's just how because before I was doing it to imitate an icon, right? Like, I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on that kind of style. And when I was growing up, I was dressing that way to kind of fit in.
Yeah.
But now, through university, through work, I've tried different styles, like the preppy, but that stuff doesn't feel right to me. And then ultimately I've come back to, this is just me. And now I don't feel, I also get a sense of when I'm walking on the street, I stand out a bit, but I feel confident and comfortable in it.
It's a form of expression after that.
Exactly.
After that,
And so, I feel like a lot of people who aren't at that stage yet where they're comfortable expressing a style that might make them stand out, even though they really like it. And instead they go for the safe options to kind of blend in and stuff. What do you have any advice for them to find that confidence to really express themselves through their style as people who do that?
Go ahead first.
So I'd say the biggest advice I have is be confident in whatever you wear. If you don't feel confident in whatever you wear, you will never feel good under your skin.
Because if we switch styles, if I walked around in your purple suit and you walked around in my douche fit with the Macaj jacket, would you feel comfortable?
I'd feel definitely comfortable because I am comfortable with my image regardless what I wear. It's a way I present myself, it's a way I stand. And it doesn't matter about whatever clothing is on my back,
Wow.
because
That got even deeper, right? Because now he's talking about just being, that's outside of clothes. That's
Exactly.
just, are you cool with yourself at all
exactly.
in all
100%.
scenarios?
If you start fidgeting around with your clothing, making sure you always look good and stuff, you will never look good. And I've seen guys having $3,000 custom suits that don't look comfortable in what they wear. But that is not because of the clothing, that's because of you. And I would say the biggest advice that I have for most guys is that no matter what you wear, you should feel comfortable in it. No one out there has the right to tell you how to dress and what to wear, because at the end of the day, no one can tell you you're a piece of shit beside yourself.
So that's very much a mentality then. But getting to that mentality is even more complicated and a more difficult challenge than just to choose the right clothing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get there?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question, please?
Like, so now you're saying you have to be comfortable in whatever you wear. And in order to do that, you have to be comfortable with yourself. And that's a mentality of like, being a certain level of maturity and self-acceptance.
That's a whole other topic.
That's a
Yeah,
whole
that's hard to, that's hard to get there. So what I'm saying, like, you guys are at a level where, that's where you are. I'm not there.
So it starts by caring for certain things. So if I care about how I look, how I dress, then the first year I'm gonna be picking basic pieces. White shirts, black pants, jeans. Anything that is simple but looks good. That's the stepping stone, and then you add up. And then the next time you go shopping, it's like, I don't need these jeans. I already have them. Let me get a nice piece that like unique, that stands out, and then you build from there. It really, you need to start from the beginning. You can't just spend thousands of dollars on this super suit, and think that's gonna make you look good or make you look confident. You have to start from the basics.
The process.
Yeah. So right now you're at the basics. Right now,
Yeah.
you're wearing black jeans, a black sweater. Perfect. I have nothing bad to say about how you look. You look great. The color choice is perfect. Black makes you look skinny. But next time you go shopping, think about it. You're looking for a piece, like, you know what?
Try something.
Instead of a black bomber, let me get like an orange bomber, or a striped bomber, or something.
Like
something
little
that's
steps at a
unique.
time. Like,
Yeah.
you're still in the bomber range, but try a different color.
Yeah, baby
maybe
steps.
try a different. Okay.
If you're going from Zara to Lanvin suit, $3,000, from the runway, there's no overlap.
Like tomorrow when I go shopping, I'm not gonna pick out an outfit like that right away.
Mhm.
No,
know what I
start
mean? Yeah.
small.
You start small. I think the most important thing James mentioned is baby steps. I didn't start with all my suits. I started off with shirts that were too tight.
Top man.
H&M, and then I went to Top Man
Top
because
Man.
I realized H&M, that shit
Scrap.
was crap.
Yeah, they
15
break
bucks for a
so
white
But
shirt.
that's how you learn.
Yeah.
Baby steps, right?
But that's how you
Yeah.
learn. You take baby steps and you learn.
Mistakes.
And as you learn, it's a learning experience, right? You enjoy the journey. You realize that yes, some clothes won't fit you won't fit you well. Some brands fit you better. For me, Reese fits me super well. Top Man fits me really well. Okay, it's a bit short, a bit tight,
Yeah.
and I'm super skinny. But you start building up these brands or these things. And one thing that's super important for guys is don't spend your paycheck on fucking clothes. That's the worst idea to do.
Yeah.
Put some money aside to shop for some clothing.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I've learned very quickly, shop for summer clothes in the winter and shop for winter clothes in the summer.
Oh, it's cheaper.
When shit goes on sale
Yeah.
in the summer, go
That's a
buy all your
huge-
turtlenecks.
That's a huge advice.
In
Yeah.
the winter,
I get dicked every time on that.
Shop
Yeah.
smart.
shop smart.
Yeah.
Don't spend your money on stuff that you probably will never wear ever. And that's the thing Jay says is, I think if I boil down to simple advice, is find your key piece. My key piece is a white shirt. I know
Basics.
Jay
Basics.
and Kevin, look through my wardrobe. I got 15 white shirts. No one has ever seen me wearing a different colored shirt beside black and white. But black, I don't wear with a tie.
Yeah.
But white shirt, I wear it with everything. You find your key piece and then you build up from there. Oh, white shirt goes well with everything. Go with gray pants, go with brown pants, goes with blue pants. Okay, now I have blue pants, white shirt. What do I wear? Oh, brown jacket. Oh, I can wear a gray jacket.
Yeah, it's like building an army.
Yeah.
You're adding up on what
Building
you already
blocks.
have. Yeah,
You're just building on top of there.
Have you guys ever styled anyone?
Yes,
all the time.
all the time.
Bro, that was my job.
That was your
my
job
job
at
too.
Tazi, right? Okay, so I have a question. You know, how would you begin to style me?
Jay, you want to take the more fashion side?
Yeah.
Because it would have to suit my style, right? Like you wouldn't change my like the essence.
No, so
right? Yeah.
So the point of styling is the client is number one, obviously. So you tell me what you're looking for, and then I'll find pieces that might match your description, right?
Yeah.
So I could already tell you wear skinny jeans and you wear like a medium top. Not too tight, it's not too baggy, it's the perfect fit. I'm not gonna suggest you to wear baggy pants because unless you tell me,
I would feel uncomfortable.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you tell what you tell what you want me to give you. So, but if you tell me, you know, I'm looking for a key piece in my wardrobe. So that tells
Can you
me,
define key piece?
key piece is like a statement piece. So this is a statement piece. It's I can't wear this with everything. So I can't wear this with brown pants. I can't wear this with jeans. I can only wear it with a certain certain
it sets.
basics.
If you wear that, it sets the outfit.
Everything else has to be basic.
Okay. It's gonna be based around
So
it.
think of, you know, the business aspect of it.
What's the key piece?
Foot in the door versus face in the door. So foot in the door, you start with your basics, you build up from there. Face in the door, you have your key piece, and then you go down from there.
This is face in
That's
the
a good
door.
one.
Exactly. That's face in the door.
So I judge my outfit based on this piece. Everything else complements.
Okay,
this.
interesting. Let's for this, you know, fun exercise, let's do with that. What would you style my key piece after? Like,
So your key piece, I could already tell, is your jacket. It's your Macau jacket because it's so flamboyant. It has the fur. You know, it's expensive jacket.
I always love jackets. Like jacket season is my favorite.
That's
season.
a good thing to invest in because you're gonna keep that for years, right? So also statement pieces and key pieces, it's expensive most of the time, and it's gonna last you forever. So when you buy it, you're thinking, am I gonna wear this just for the event, or am I gonna wear this next year, 2 years, 3 years? I'm gonna wear this jacket for 5 years. I have a lot of clothes in my closet I've been wearing for years, like 7 years. My oldest T-shirt, because I just love that piece and it's a statement, you know. So for you, it's the Macau jacket. So if you were so you're wearing a perfect outfit, all black. I would change the shoes. I would think I would to make it more upscale. Wear leather boots, Chelsea boots, black boots.
Interesting, yeah.
Not brown. It has to be black.
So
you're all black.
the shoes departure a little bit from the rest of the.
And girls, they judge by the shoes.
Oh yeah.
They judge by if you're wearing Air Forces on a date, you don't respect them.
Oh yeah, I wear Air Forces to every day, bro.
So you're doing it wrong, bro. You're attracting the wrong crowd.
Yeah. Good thing I have a personality to make up for it.
The next piece that I would suggest as your stylist
Is
to invest nice Chelsea boots. It could be $1,000, $700, $500, but you won't regret it because you're gonna wear that for years if you take care of them, obviously. Because that will make your fit look luxurious. Even though you're wearing $100 pants and a $100 sweater, a $1,000 jacket, but having those shoes make your fit look expensive.
I like that. That's actually great tips. I'm in the market for boots. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't get Timbs, bro. Never get Timbs anymore. Okay, you're too old for that shit now.
Okay. All right.
I'd say I take more of a theoretical approach of it.
Let's do it.
Because I'm in classical menswear and I deal with that. First things first, if we're talking about suits, because that's my specialty.
Yeah.
I do need suits.
You look at your skin color, brown eyes, olive skin, black hair, what we call high contrast according to Alan Flusser.
I'm learning something here.
So Alan Flusser says high contrast, basically what you have to do is wear dark colors or very light colors. So you isolate your thing. So you isolate your skin. Because let's say if James all three of us were Asian and we wear an all white suit,
Yeah.
all you have is a floating head of hair.
Yeah.
So you have to wear black clothing or really dark clothing so that your skin pops out. That's why us Asians, sometimes people say you can't wear green because we're already, or you can't wear yellow because we're already fucking yellow as it is.
So it's a term, it washes you out.
It washes you out.
Washes you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when we say washes you out, means that you look like a ghost, you're dead. I don't know how many times you guys walked on the street. You see this blonde guy, fair skin, wearing a light gray suit. And he looks
Doesn't look good.
like a ghost.
Yeah.
He looks so dead.
Yeah.
But then you see some guys who's redhead with or like
Navy.
someone with dark skin, Collins, Benji,
Yeah.
someone with really dark skin wear a light gray suit, and all
It
you
looks
have is
great.
his face that is framed.
Yeah.
That's all color theory. That's all contrast theory. And so first thing I say, stick with black, and we don't like to use black in menswear because black is a color of uniformity. You only wear black as a tuxedo because when you go to an event, a black tie event, a white tie event, the only person that gets to wear a color is the host. That's where the dinner jacket comes in. Everyone wears a tuxedo. The host wears a dinner jacket. You know, the one that is velvet, felt, different color, because he stands out from the crowd because he hosts the event. You don't wear black. I'd say the only time you wear a black suit is your wedding, for a tuxedo, or in your casket.
Yeah.
Other than that, you don't really wear black for anything else because you want to stand out. So first things first, Kevin, dark gray suit because he feels comfortable in gray. And I would say midnight, like really dark gray, because the advantage of colors that are really dark but not quite black is that when you walk in the sun, it turns gray. When you're inside, it turns black. So you have a 2-in-1.
Oh.
Same thing with the dark blue, right?
Exactly, the midnight blue.
That's my go-to color for suits right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was shopping last time, I was on a gray suit. I was so close to getting it, but I just felt like, the dark blue is more versatile.
It looks more expensive, I feel, for Asians. Like navy.
Navy, right? Yeah.
And then we skip into what type of suit you want to wear, right?
What would you say?
Then you would look at the personality of the person. Is he outside of the box? Is he more corporate?
Corporate.
Kevin's more corporate. And so
Yeah, like compared to your suits that you wear at your new job, you're definitely outside the job, outside the box,
So
right?
the reason why I wear baggies because my frame is large. So I mean, I think it will look good both ways, but it helps with your shape. Looks more monotone. Too much, or else I'll look too curvy if I wear a tighter suit.
And so the first things first is that we're looking at a 2-piece suit, simple. 3-piece if you want to put in really a lot of emphasis towards status and making yourself pop out of the crowd. 2-piece suit, no cuffs on trousers. I would never go belt loops because it looks slimmer. If you want, you can wear high-waisted to make your legs look a bit longer.
So no belt?
No belt. I never wear belts.
Yeah,
I always
don't wear
have
unless you're gonna cover it.
Yeah, I always have my belt tabs, my tabs
I wish
on
I
the
had
side.
that because I have to wear a belt because it down.
Yeah, exactly. No pleats in front. You just have the line. Very simple, 2-piece, 2 buttons. But then your shoulders is the most important thing. You have larger traps. So I would recommend natural shoulders. No padding inside. So you get that natural triangular shape that's very attractive for women. That little triangle up top. And then you narrow down the suit to have that hourglass shape.
Fit it on the waist.
Exactly. Fit it around the waist and kind of down. A lot of guys, the length, I mean, I can talk about hours on end about that, but the length, I would cover your entire seat, your butt, what we call a seat. I would cover your butt because that's just the traditional look. And if you want to go more modern, lift it up 1/4 to 1/2 inch up for a 3/4 seat. And that makes it look like your torso is a bit longer than what it is. And that makes it so that you look more presentable. And then now that you have a dark gray suit, you can bust out any types of shirt. You
Really?
want blue shirt, you can fit blue shirt. White shirt is probably ideal because it matches with your
it looks
contrast.
better, yeah.
If you look at James, he's wearing black pants, he's wearing gray gray like jacket, and then he's wearing a white polo, and that frames his face really nice, and that would make it ideal for you to wear all of that. And then for shoes, of course, I always say a nice pair of Oxford would look nice.
What's Oxford?
Oxford is closed lacing, so then it doesn't have the side. It's basically just the shoe, and then there's a little triangle, and then you slide your thing in.
Yeah.
If not, derbies are more casual. That's the one where you see the piece of leather on the side that you think.
Yeah.
But then if you want to step up your look and make your legs a lot longer because of your high-waisted pants, you go Chelsea boots, you go Jodhpur boots, any dress boots that will look good, because basically what it does is that it creates a slick line from the top of your suit all the way down to your suit. There's no separation. And when you avoid separation, it makes your body a lot taller. And then from there, you know, we can go into specification
This
with
is high level shit, bro.
It goes deep.
You gotta pay
man.
us for this
Fuck.
shit.
Damn.
Styling consultants.
I'm lucky, huh?
but that's
I'm
basically
definitely getting
your
a Chelsea.
suit.
You know, I'm sold on the Chelsea boot.
Yeah,
like
100%.
I'm getting a Chelsea boot this weekend.
Yeah, you gotta do
Yeah.
it. You gotta do it.
I have an idea of what a Chelsea boot is. I don't.
It's
I'm not
no
sure.
laces. And
No
it's-
laces, and
it's
there's an
ankle.
elastic on the side.
It's the ankle,
So it's
right?
super easy to
Yeah.
put on
Yeah,
and put off.
And,
looks
it
sleek.
looks dressy, right?
Dressy,
Yeah.
and there's an elastic on the side. That's the most.
You think it'd go
important
well with this fit right here?
that fit or with a suit.
Yeah.
That's why it's versatile.
Oh, nice.
Versatility is everything.
All right,
Like you
all
see
right.
my pair of custom boots. I have.
Yep.
I wear them with everything. I
Yeah.
wear them with skinny jeans. I wear them with dress pants.
Do you have a Chelsea boot here?
Yes, I do, but they're like really shitty.
Yeah. Before I leave, let me take a look.
Yeah.
I think it's the one I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
you know what.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
think that pretty much concludes like our episode for today. A lot
That was
of
great.
good
I learned.
fashion advice.
I learned a lot. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. High level stuff.
Awesome.
Do you guys want to conclude with end statements? Jay?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, versatility is everything. Take baby steps. You know, build your wardrobe slowly. Don't break the bank, and just buy stuff that you love, and then you're gonna wear for a long time. That fashion is easy. You just
Yeah.
have to take the time to think about what you're gonna wear and what looks good for you.
Yeah.
Kevin, any takeaways from this episode?
For me, I think for me it's the mentality part that's the biggest, because I'm, you know, in a point in my life where that part I've been working on a lot, and I've been making progress. All this stuff you're talking about is, I feel like I'm much more receptive to it than maybe 3 years back or something.
Sure.
I don't think I would be able to sit here and have a full conversation about this. I would get bored, you know, whatever. It's not on my mind, but because, you know, I'm making an effort in every aspect of my life, making an effort here is a no-brainer for me. And I feel more comfortable trying different things out. And yeah, I think, you know, keep a healthy mentality and
Self-care.
start from there. Yeah. And self-care is all of that. Every part of self-care feeds into that, and the mentality feeds back. So, you know, that's my ending statement.
I think for me, what is the simplest way to sum it up is start slow. Not everyone, Rome wasn't built in a day. And so you start slow, go on Pinterest, go on Instagram, find fashion icons you like, take from their style. Trial and error is super important. Things will not look good on you. Things might look good on you, and things will look good on you. But once you feel like you're comfortable in under your clothes, wearing something comfortable, and you build that confidence to be a lot more comfortable wearing the things you feel comfortable around, then you can start branching out. And that's when you start experimenting. That's where you wear different things that is outlandish, that nobody has ever thought of, but then you still feel comfortable because at the end of the day, you put yourself in that position and you feel comfortable under your skin. And I think that pretty much concludes the episode of today. Remember to look at our merch whenever it comes out.
Should
And-
be out by this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, yeah.
My name is
Will.
Danny.
My name is James.
Kevin,
And remember to kill your pride.
kill your pride, baby.
But